What would be one thing you'd want to see him do for the country should he be back in office?
Seal that border. Close it up. Build the wall.
Exactly. Yes.
Would you want him to build a wall on the northern border as well?
I don't know. Now they're going up there, so that's a whole new can of worms.
Like there's too many criminals and gangsters and everybody else like that they're letting in, and that's, they're coming in and, killing our people here. And like he said, I'm for helping people, but why do we want all these gang people in here? We got so many problems anymore, and to me, it's from letting all these people in that shouldn't be in here.
And do we think most of them are gangs, or?
I think a lot of them are anymore. I think that's the people that are coming in. They're stealing young kids and all this just so they can get in here, acting like they're related and.
Like, actually, a lot more people think that if you could just literally just shoot people at the border, like they wouldn't come anymore. If you put alligators out there or snakes in the water.
Would we want to be a country that shot people who came across the border then?
Yeah, because you can't just let everyone overrun the country, because you're gonna make it so the whole boat crashes, tips over and sinks. You want to only let in a certain amount, and you want to merit. You don't want, and you want to scream too. You don't want just people to walk in by foot. Right. You want them to come by airplanes. You want them to come by trains. You want to screen them. Know who they are before they come in.
So once in a while, if you shot some, you think it would scare people from coming?
And like, why do people think that we have to be the country that lets everyone in? Like everyone's under this like brainwashing that you have to let everyone in, or you're a mean person or something.
Well, we were a country of immigrants, right?
You could go back to like ancient Rome, the same thing. They let in too many people from around their empire.
But I'm just talking about our country was founded on principles about, give us you're tired, you're poor, you're hungry.
But we didn't have they weren't getting food stamps. They weren't getting supported by the government when they came here. They were on their own when they came here. If they did that now, people would respect them more. If they did that, we want the country to go back to how it was.
In what ways? What did you prefer then to now?
Well, obviously a lot of things didn't get accomplished because he tried, to close the border and all that stuff. Like, that's important to us, but he wasn't able to accomplish all the way. We like this travel ban to keep America safe. We liked how he was trying to take money away from tell NATO countries to start putting more money out.
When you say the travel ban, the Muslim travel ban?
Yeah, because you gotta keep the country safe, even though if it hurts some people's feelings. You just gotta do it.
Do you think that a bill in Congress that would allow the president to shut down different border crossings as he saw fit or she saw fit, do you think that would be a good thing to have in place?
Yeah, you should only allow only a few people in here, based on merit, but also they should have to be able to take care of themselves. Like, that's the important thing that no party's talked about. We don't have any extra money to be given to other people that are coming here. It's not necessarily, doesn't mean you're racist. It just means you need to take care of your own.
When we were talking earlier, when you said you would support that bill, he urged members of Congress to not support such a bill. What would you say to Trump about that?
You pretty much have to do what Texas is doing. You have to make it a crime to enforce it by the states, because what happens is when different parties come in, they don't want to enforce certain things, so you need to have each state make it legal.
But Texas is a state and it's a federal law, so you still support Texas overriding the U.S. government?
Hell yeah. It's just like, maybe it's not legal, legally, right, but morally, it's what people want.
Do you think a president should be immune from indictment for things he did while he was president?
I feel like if they would have got on after him right when he was done the first time, I would have respected it more. But since they waited until the elections are close by, I don't respect that. I feel like it's political because they waited too long to go after him. They should have went after him right away as soon as he was out of office.
It takes a while to get a case going, though, right?
Yeah, but I don't know. I don't really know how I feel on that. Some things don't seem like he should be accountable for the January 6th thing, because he said go peacefully and stuff, but there's some things that I don't think he should have been prosecuted on.
What do you think about the January 6th felons? Do you think they should be pardoned? He said he's going to pardon them.
A lot of videos show that the cops actually letting them go in rooms and let them come in and stuff so if that's the case, then he should be pardoned, because I feel like it was a setup, because they put the cops there to fight him. Right. Where other groups go to the Capitol, they don't have the cops come there and confront them. They're provoking them by coming there and being in their face.
Well, I think most groups don't try and push down the
if they
barricades, right?
Like if they would have just like let them come in and they would have and got the senators out of the building and just focused on protecting them, like I feel like that there wouldn't even been violence or nothing. It would have been just like a photo op.
But just respectfully, why should the senators have to get out of the building?
Because other groups in the past have been able to protest and go to the Capitol, and the cops don't show up and don't confront them.
Well, there are Capitol Police there every day.
I don't know.
Right, I mean that's what in the word, right? Capitol Police. That's
I mean, we should be able to go there because we pay taxes and stuff. So.
everybody can go there. It's a question, I think, in this case of people pushing over barricades and trying to break windows and doors to get in.
Yeah, but since the cop was the one that actually shot one of the protesters and killed the woman, like a lot of people are pissed off about that. And the other thing is, if they would have had enough like National Guard out there to begin with, I don't think the protesters would have thinking they had a chance to take the cops on.
But there were Capitol Police officers who lost their lives.
Not at the event, like maybe later from
injuries from the event.
Yeah. Well, I think the people that didn't bring the other National Guard in should be held responsible for that. Like
not the people who did it.
Negligence.
Not the people who did it.
No, because the cops are fighting them. Like, well, I don't know. I guess you're not supposed to be fighting cops, but it's kind of against the law.
Do you think we should build a wall?
Absolutely. Look at Israel.
And what about on the Canadian border? Well, Israel maybe not a great example these days.
You're talking about Canada? No.
You wouldn't build it on the Canadian border?
Absolutely not. Because people from Canada don't want to come to the United States.
Yeah, but 60% of the people that are apprehended at the Canadian-American border are from Mexico.
I understand that. Okay. I would heighten the security level. I'd put in some sort of barrier, but I wouldn't build that billion-dollar wall that Donald Trump wants to build.
60% of the people that are caught coming in from the northern border are Mexican. Do you think we should be paying attention to both borders in the same way?
I think definitely the southern border should be our number one priority first, but overall around, I think we should keep our country on lock, though, for sure.
Should we build a wall in both places?
Should we build a wall around America?
Well, just sort of on both borders.
Borders, I believe so, yeah, for sure, for sure.
Deal with the immigration at the southern border where there's all these people that our taxes are paying for.
And what about the northern border? Are you concerned about the Canadian border at all?
For sure, I am. I've heard some troubling things about it.
And do you think that if he builds a wall down there, he should build a wall up there?
I haven't decided what I think about that yet.
We have to secure our borders. That's the bottom line, because what's happening is an atrocity. It's bad.
Do you think we should both northern and southern borders?
Guard both our borders.
No, do you think we need more security on both the northern and southern borders?
I'm sure we do. Think of our homes. We secure our homes, and this nation needs to be secured. And until it's secured, we are not a nation that has any order. Order is in the word border, and that's what we need.
And what about the borders? Talk about the north and south.
Yeah.
Just like Trump was doing.
You talked about starting the wars. Can you talk to me about how Joe Biden has gotten us into the world wars?
Do you know what's going on in Ukraine or Israel?
Yeah, but I know that Hamas went into Israel and they have a historic battle between.
It wouldn't have happened under Trump.
How come?
Because he didn't allow that.
But it was Putin.
Blind eye to it.
But it was Putin who went in, and Biden and both the Republicans and Democrats.
Putin wouldn't have went in anywhere if Biden wasn't in office either.
You think that?
If Trump was in office, Putin would stay in check.
What makes you say that?
It's proven fact.
Well, it's not proven because Trump wasn't in office when Putin invaded.
There was peace in the Middle East when Trump was in office.
To be fair, there hasn't really there hasn't been peace in the Middle East in many, many, many years, right? So,
I'm not stand and argue with you about it.
No, but
you have your opinion, I have mine.
No, I'm speaking. I don't have a horse in there. I'm saying factually. What's my horse in the race? I don't have a horse in the race.
I'm done.
Okay.